a round of 16 match of the first qualifier. Now, with that said, there's going to be 6 qualifiers in total, 4 for the North American European region, and then 2 for the Southeast Asian region, where the top 2 teams of each of those qualifiers actually qualify for the group stages of moving on. On top of that, they also win some sweet-ass headsets sponsored by SoundBlaster. So if you get first or second place in any of the qualifiers, you not only get the group stage spot, but you also get some cool headsets. But then again, further to compete for that $20,000 prize pool. So we're just getting started. This is just the very first qualifier. We have pretty much all the teams are in it as expected, as far as the go-to teams that are expected to do good, from Stay Green to tmsR to Team USA to Excellent. It's just going to be it really is going to be a great event overall. And again, this is just getting started here with qualifier number 1. So now that you have a quick overall idea of what actually this tournament is about, let's talk about this match we have at hand. So we got Too Much Sugar going to be taking on BRB 3 minutes here. And again, what is going to be a best out of 1 matchup. I actually want to pull the brackets on screen for you guys right here. I hope you guys should be able to see it for the most part. But anyways, here, let me just do this. This will probably be a little bit easier. There we go. Okay, so these are the brackets here for the SoundBlaster Heroes League for the first qualifier. So we got 16 teams in it. Of course, the match that we're covering, Too Much Sugar versus BRB 3 minutes. But as you can see, a lot of very quality teams are in this 16-team tournament here. And this is going to take place all throughout this week. So we got the round of 16 today, tomorrow, semifinals on Thursday, and then the grand finals on Friday. So it's going to be exciting to see which 2 teams are going to be making it on. Obviously, you got your favorites, I'm sure, in State Green. But again, 2 teams are going to be moving on from each qualifier. And then when you do qualify, of course, you can't compete in the further qualifiers. So especially as we move on in the qualifiers, it's also going to get really, really interesting. But again, though, this is just the first qualifier of what's going to be 4 in total here for the North American European region. Anyways, this matchup here, like I said, we got tmsR going up against BRB 3 minutes. A couple names over there. Flensmeister and Panny you might recognize. I believe, yeah, they got some other random names as well. I can't say for sure who exactly are, Smurf accounts or whatnot. But it should be a solid team, but no doubt tmsR still has to be the favorite going into this matchup. But yeah, Flensmeister, definitely a name you should recognize. And also, surprise to me as well. I just found out about this about half an hour before I was going to be coming on the cast. Apparently, there's some issues with him in Lion Esports Club. I'm not exactly sure. There's actually a post on honcast.com that was just posted recently about it. Fantasy actually put that up, got some discussion going about it. But he's no longer a part of Lion Esports Club anymore. So Lions is actually trying out new players in that 5th spot as a carry player. I believe they were trying out with Pee-wee most recently, so that could perhaps be a definitely solid replacement. But that means Flensmeister is going to be looking for a new home here on the Han scene. And that's going to be interesting to follow to see where he ends up eventually, especially with that Han tour continuing for Season 2. But anyways, here we got this match. We got to talk about it. We got the bans and picks already starting. As far as the bans are concerned, we had Lodestone into Ophelia, Engineer, and then Rally. First pick, Pebbles, coming out here by tmsR. There's the scout response. It seems like this captain's pick mode, it's getting a little bit more routine as we have now got more and more experience with it and got more content out there. A little more routine in the bans and the picks for the most part. So, but scout picked up as a response. Yeah, Pebbles picked up even over the scout pickup possibility here. But tmsR just fine with that because they're going to go with their Warbeast pick. There's the Deadwood response, and then Parasite to finish things off for tmsR, as Nymphora is the final pick coming out here for BRB 3 min. So as far as already looking at kind of the laning situation possibility, at least, with that scout pick, I'm obviously pretty confident that they're probably going to be giving up scout with that first pick, Pebbles. The big, as it's been stressed by many different players. I mean, scout just in general is arguably the most annoying hero to play against. Not only for just in general, but especially for junglers who have a difficult time having an effective jungle against a good scout because that electric eye harassment, because himself with a vanish, he can definitely prevent spawns from happening. It's just overall an annoying hero to deal with. So now with the Parasite pickup, though, it kind of makes you wonder if they are expecting that scout to be in that suicide role. Maybe they'll look to go for more of an aggressive Parasite here, aggressive pseudo-trialing kind of setup for tmsR. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. Also, something else about a scout pickup, though, it seems like it's been more routine lately. If you are going to be going up against a scout, you just look to be pretty aggressive early on, both in hero kills and on top of that, especially pushing towers, group fighting and pushing towers, because that's where you can really take advantage of his usefulness in the game. So we'll see if tmsR, experienced team that they are, is able to pull that off or not. So the banning stage, though, picking up here. Tempest, Master of Arms, Keeper of the Forest, and Predator going to be the first 4 bans. We got 1 more ban on either side. And then we'll be jumping in to the next tier of picks. So, yeah, it's kind of funny, too, how we just happened to jump into that scrim right before it finished. Of course, tmsR just playing Team Excellent just before this match. Both teams preparing for the SoundBlaster Heroes League throughout this week. And it took quite the loss, man. I mean, that was a crazy game, a crazy comeback eventually. Team Excellent down almost near... it wasn't Mega Creeps, but that's as close as we're probably going to get for a long, long time of near Mega Creep comeback by Team Excellent in that game. So, again, it was just a scrimmage, and it's hard to sit here and say tmsR, and both teams for that matter, were taken 100% seriously by any means, but it's still funny how that played out, and, you know, perhaps affecting the mindset a little bit of tmsR going into now this actual match here with quite a lot on the line. But we'll see. We'll see how that affects things maybe going into it, but Moon Queen going to be the final ban for Too Much Sugar over here. Don't want to put that in the hands of BRB3 minutes, which is interesting too, because, you know, if they were to go a Moon Queen pickup, especially already with a Scout and a Suicide, I mean, it's the makings of a very passive style of lineup here on the Hellborn side, and that could be dangerous against what's already a War Beast, and a Parasite and a Pebbles for that matter. I mean, definitely can be more of that aggressive, again, team fight and push, as well as just ganking potential. We'll see how they fall things up. Fade is still on the board, by the way. Fade is still on the board. And that's actually a pick to definitely eye right here. Maybe more so for BRB3 Mins, because as far as tmsR is concerned, I think they're pretty confident. Yeah, they got Pyromancer right there, so probably going to see that Pyromancer Pebbles. And if anything, need more of either the... probably going to be the short lane hero here. Again, that's if they decide to go the Suicide War Beast. If not, if it's going to be a short lane War Beast, maybe that pseudo tri-lane, maybe some of that, maybe a mid-hero here, something like a Bubbles, actually. I can see as a pretty solid last pick here for the Legion side, for tmsR, that is, to put him in that lane set. If not, maybe the Wretched Hag instead, or even the Torturer could be some sound pickups here for tmsR to finish things off. So we'll see which direction Moon Meander and Too Much Sugar decides to go here. Back over to BRB3 minutes after the Pyromancer pickup, though. There's the Fade pickup. So again, that's kind of expected. Seeing Fade still on the board right there, and they're definitely setting up more likely to run more of a 2-2-1 setup here when it's all said and done, and having the Fade and the Deadwood on top of that, and then 4 already there, and then 4 Fade combination in itself can definitely has been proven to be very deadly in the past. So sound pickup there for them. I was going to say, as far as creep clearing, they don't have the best so far. They got decent, actually, but it's not I actually look at tmsR's lineup, I guess it's not really about creep pushing necessarily. The War Beast, you know, they just got the neutral minions pushing with them. So that's not necessarily the biggest deal in the world. But if you are BRB3 Mins right here, I mean, again, you definitely know what's coming to an extent as far as probably the more aggressive playstyle here from tmsR, so just keeping that in mind. Witch Slayer is going to be the final pick here by Too Much Sugar, and so with that final pick, it leads me to believe we are going to see more of the conventional, the Warby, Suicide, Parasite in his own jungle, Witch Slayer at that short lane, and then Pyromancer Pebbles in the middle lane, most likely, as they are still going to be swapping around the heroes, so I doubt that's how it's going to stay. So we'll see. Once they finish swapping the heroes, get more of an actual idea of what is going to be happening here. Final pick for BRB3 minutes now. Going to be coming out. Flensmeister again in that last spot. Playing with a new team for now. I obviously I don't think this is by any means a team that's going to stick. I mean, Pandy was talking about even looking to form a new team for Han Tour Season 2. They unfortunately would have to start in the Bronze Division, but it's better to start sooner than later. Still only into the 3rd cycle with 10 cycles in total, so Behemoth actually going to be the final pickup here from BRB3 Mins. So with that Behemoth final pickup, that means we're more than likely going to see a tri-lane setup coming out here, unless Unless they're going to be doing... Yeah, the only way I see this happening is a trialing setup. Oh, we're going to have a remake here, it looks like. Derp. Yeah, Fitzgate going AFK. Not usually the Parasite player. So I'm sure we'll have a remake here from tmsR. In game number 1 of a one-game series, unfortunately. So, with that said... It's going to be coming out. Yep, there you go. Alright, so, but yeah, the Behemoth final pick. That's going to be interesting. Again, from the likes of going the Behemoth, something like the Behemoth Nymphora Fade is what I would think is a possibility here. Going to be coming out. That would definitely mean probably not going to be that Suicide Scout in the end. You would think more of that aggressive trial lane going to be coming out. Against the Legion side here. So I kind of wonder if maybe they're going to look to send a War Beast at that bottom lane or not. We'll see. We'll see what Too Much Sugar does to respawn, but gonna have to wait for the remake here to take place. Alright, so it does give us a little more time though to kind of go over again exactly what this event is about right here. So let me pull up the full information. Again, this is qualifier number 1 of what's going to be 6 in total, 4 for the North American European region, 2 for the Southeast Asian scene. This breaks it down very well. In fact, if you're on the Honcast Twitch page, right below you guys, a button was added that it actually links to this page right here, as well as the SoundBlaster Heroes League hub in general when it comes to their tournament. But this page especially does a great job of breaking it all down as far as what we're looking at for this tournament. So again, as you can see, the qualifier prizes, not only do you qualify for the group stages, but you also get these SoundBlaster Evo headsets, which have some good value right there. Leading into the group stages. Group stage is going to be fun, man. I mean, we were talking about on the podcast, so you got 12 teams in total advancing onto the group stages, 6 in each group with the 2 groups, and then each team will play each other once in a best of the 1 series. So they each play 5 games basically, and then from there on, the top 4 of each group move on to a playoff stage, which I believe is a double elimination. Yeah, double elimination final bracket. And then there's the final prize pool breakdown, $7,500 for first, all the way down to $1,500 for that 4th place spot. So again, a good amount of money on the line, a lot of great content. This event as a whole, it's October 27th, that final day. So we're basically looking at nearly 2 months of awesome Heroes of New Earth coverage and content going to be coming out between Honcast and Colecast. I'm sure Team State Greencast also going to be chiming in. Colecast though, especially, they're going to be the big ones of this. Not going to be casting today though. I can say for that, but throughout the season, Colecast definitely going to be a big part of it as well, as far as the coverage is concerned. So, let me actually make sure. You know what? Hopefully they're not waiting on me, because I could definitely just join. Okay, I think they might have waited. I apologize for that. I do have powers to join after the fact, but I guess. Oh nope, they weren't waiting on me. It looks like. Guess maybe a couple players went AFK. So once we get things started here, he did make a captain's pick again. They could have been an old pick, but it doesn't matter. Captain's pick actually not as bad as lock pick when it comes to the remake. It's as long as they're just smart with it, it's not the biggest deal in the world, and she'll be able to do that just fine. Looks like Fitzgate might even still be AFK. With that said, so again, another quick look at the brackets here. I only have some more time to kill in between. So as far as other matchups today, I mean, definitely ones Justice League versus What a Joke. That could be a decent one right there. What a Joke. We saw them a little bit in the I believe it's the Han Tour Season 2 qualifiers, if I'm not mistaken. They actually looked like a solid team. I believe they might even be in the Gold Division. Weren't they in the Diamond Division actually in Cycle 1? I'm kind of blanking on that, but I believe they're at least in the Gold Division. Anyways, that should be a solid matchup. Team Kage versus Fade to Black. Who's on Fade to Black, actually? I'm going to check that out. Oh, that's Team USA. There you go. That makes sense. I was going to say, I got the 6 EDs. So, there you go. Team USA versus those guys. Alright, it sounds like we are going as far as our one and only game here. Yeah, players are disconnecting as soon as we get into it. I hope that's just more of a reconnect thing. It probably is. All right, so back to the pick and sit. Why is everyone disconnecting? Is this the thing? Why can't I type? Are they not? Interesting. Well, whatever. I'm sure. These DC. Did they not see that? Okay, I think it's connecting back right here. Not sure what that was about. Alright, so. I don't know, maybe they were like leaving expected to make an all-pick game then, but I mean, might as well just stick with this. You'd probably waste more time at this rate, remaking an all-pick game. Alright, so it looks like we're going to stick with this one. Anyways, let's bring up these fancy graphics once again. So, back into game number 1 here. So again, this is a remake. So it shouldn't take too long, even though it is. To move on here. So what's going to be game number 1. But yeah, Behemoth. We're going to be seeing Behemoth here. This game, definitely a fan of the hero. And again, it more than likely leads into what's going to be a trialing setup here. Coming out from Too Much Sugar, and definitely with some good roam. Or, you know, I kind of wonder, I mean, now you think about it too, is that going to be more of a roaming gank squad? I mean, Nephora and Behemoth could be decent for that. That's going to be interesting to see, actually. Because I don't know how much of an effect, especially if tmsR, you know, plans for that, plans to play against an aggressive tri-lane. Just send the Parasite, just send a pseudo tri-lane top yourself, send the Warbeast bottom, and the, could you do that, actually? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what tmsR is going to do here, actually. When it comes down to it. It looks like both teams, they actually did choose correctly, so that is a good thing. We got that out of the way.
Let's get it on.
Alright, let's get it on. That's what the announcer said. Are you serious? Is it this difficult to get a game going? Couldn't reconnect, apparently. Ay. We're almost into game number 1. Third time's a charm. Third time has to be a charm here. As far as moving on, yeah, I see host AP this time. That would make a little more sense to me as well. With that said, I guess, you know, throw out some shout-outs to these sponsors here of the SoundBlaster Heroes League. Definitely big parts in putting up this prize pool in the first place and putting a great event like this together. So, you can see there at the bottom left of your screen. Actually, pull those up. I don't want to pronounce those because I'll probably butcher it anyways, but you guys could look, and those are the sponsors down there, so shout out to those guys. I could do Best Buy. I could do that one. And Banana. And Hardware House, I guess the other two, though. Web Howlin and Complet. There you go. Hopefully I was good with that. Anyways, those are the sponsors down there, on top of SoundBlasters, of course, for this event. Okay. Joining back in here. Let's see if third time is an actual charm here or not. Let's see. Okay, let's hit that go button. Let's do it. Is this AP? It is AP. Alright, so we got AP. We got, the teams are ready, it looks like. There we go. There we go. That doesn't matter. Captain's pick action.
Parasite.
Okay.
Pyromancer. Answer. Pebbles.
Are the picks good this time around?
Deadwood. Fade. Behemoth. Scout. Witch Slayer.
Looks like they are. I think we made it. I think we made it. Alright, so once again, game number 1 of a 1-game series going to be happening here. once the teams are rated up and good to jump in. So today is going to be a best out of 1, but tomorrow, for the rest of the event though, through this week, it's actually going to be best out of 3 from here on out. So today's the only day that it's going to be best out of 1. So to kind of to stress that as well, as far as the coverage plan and whatnot. It's going to be best out of 1 today, but best out of 3 starting tomorrow. And again, as you saw in those brackets there really is some great matchups to be had starting. Not only today with even a matchup like this, but tomorrow, I mean, it just gets better and better. It really does very quickly, so we don't have that dead time that we have sometimes at the beginning of certain events with, you know, where there's so many teams and whatnot. So we definitely get right into the action as far as knowing and quality teams, definitely. So, all right, let me switch this real quickly. There we go. Okay, we've officially made it into game number 1 of a 1-game series. So winner going to be advancing on. Loser will have to try next qualifier to make it in to the top 2 and advance on to the group stages. Start things off, the Hellhounds. Keizu doing a great job of scouting with the Hellhounds. Scouting with the Wolves here. Scout them together. Ward of Sight going to be placed actually by Fitsuke here. Very defensive Ward of Sight, you know, in anticipation of what could very possibly be a tri-lane setup, of course. Again, I'm actually very interested to see how tmsR responds to it themselves. Are they going to go kind of a pseudo themselves? Will they do something like a Pebbles Pyromancer bottom with Parasite in the jungle? I feel like that may be a little risky. Or is it just going to be an actual still 2-2-1 setup here? Just an aggressive dual lane coming out. I don't know if I would like that from our Hellborn team. So again, we'll have to just wait and see it until we get into the actual laning phase. Before we jump to conclusions right here. So. Alright. It looks like, yeah, tmsR. You got Pyromancer hanging around the bottom area. Fitsuke actually going to attempt to counterward any blockage here, but unfortunately the blockage is over here. He put the Rev in the water, expecting the Ward of Sight to be at this area, but it was not placed there, so well placed by Quali in the end. Playing that Nivora. And it will block the camp. And sure enough, it is going to be that aggressive trial line coming out here from BRB3 men. So for Too Much Sugar, Pyromancer is coming to bottom here to assist with this Witch Slayer. And Parasite staying in his own jungle currently. So kind of an interesting reaction here from tmsR in terms of what's going on here. But this Witch Slayer is very vulnerable here. I guess, you know, anyone that you would have put here with their makeup, anyone you would put here would be very, very vulnerable. So I guess it had to be someone, even if you put the War Beast down there, it would still be pretty brutal. But, you know, I just kind of feel like if you send the Witch Slayer top. Of course, if you do that, though, then they can adjust, and then he could be screwed out in bad spots. So, yeah, it's definitely some mind games going on here. But in the end, we have Witch Slayer. Sure enough, he's going to be at the bottom lane. There's that Fissure Stun. Zilson on top. Not the best staggering right there. Usually, if anything, you want to lead with the Behemoth Stun. Or maybe the Burning Shuttles like they did, the Behemoth to follow, and then the Zeal Stun, but they did not stagger the greatest. So, a little bit of miscommunication coming out right there. As it was also very, very close to the tower, so weren't even really able to dive it that effectively either. So, Witch Slayer easily survives. Pyromancer is going to continue to be down here. And I kind of wonder about that as well. Is that actually accomplishing a lot in the end? How is this Pebbles versus Deadwood matchup going to play out? I mean, if Pyromancer obviously assists Deadwood here in the middle lane, then it would be easily a 1 lane for Pebbles. Pyromancer, though, is just going to simply stack the pole camp here, which was not blocked by the Hellborn team. And already have a triple stack, so right off the bat, as soon as possible, they get a triple stack to work with. And are going to be able to take advantage of that between Pyromancer and Parasite here. Parasite even already level 3. So he's had a good start. So this aggressive trial lane coming out from BRB3 men is sure doing solid for Fade. I mean, that was Fade's farm, 8-3 so far. Witchslayer 5-3 though. Witchslayer managed to actually get some good farm there again with the lane the way it was pushed up early on. Not too surprising. And here you go with the creep pull. Pyromancer and Witchslayer actually both going to take advantage of that. As again, being the triple stack, Pyromancer not going to take it over. Witchslayer going back to the tower. Going to do his best to last hit these creeps at the tower. Obviously a very difficult spot to be in. 6 will at least get one of them right there. Does have those glowing red hands as well to help assist him in the last hitting. Behemoth trying to maybe steal some last hits here. He actually has a double damage room picked up. But Pyromancer, for the most part, doing a pretty good job of getting that experience in the farm. We see Fade, though, comes over with Nymphora, and they're going to look to finish it off. So going off to the triple camp to harass over there. But Witchslayer, I mean, he's already level 4, man, and he's picking up some decent creep kills there in the lane. So tmsR definitely looking pretty good as far as that situation is concerned. The other two lanes, they're basically true 1v1 matchups. Warbeast against Scout. Warbeast 14-7. Scout is 14-3 here. Then you have your middle lane, Pebbles versus Deadwood. Pebbles 15-4. Deadwood 16-7. So back and forth really at both of those lanes, at the middle and the top. So again, the bottom lane definitely going to be a big piece of input as far as what's going to happen here. Bloodlust kill going to happen in the middle lane in the meantime. Moonmeander actually comes in, assists. Bloodlust kill comes out. Haxorn on that Pebbles gets credit for the kill onto Scyther there, playing the Deadwood. Yes, I missed it. I fail. Gotta miss a Bloodlust every once in a while, though, or else it wouldn't be breaky. But obviously Parasite doing a good job of coming in right there and being effective from in the jungle. So the experience lead, you would expect it to definitely start working well in tmsR's favor if this keeps up. I mean, it's already at a 2,000 lead, not only with the jungle factor, but you got a tri-lane here from the Hellborn team. That is obviously just nerfing its experience in itself. So you have a level 6 Pebbles now. Haxorn actually has a regen room bottled up here. Dewa needs to be careful about that, but at the same time, Dewa also goes to level 6. But here we go, Parasite once again coming in, but Pebbles not initiating. And so Parasite will go back into the jungle and wait for the 5-minute spawn right here, which is coming up shortly in about 5 seconds. Fade and Behemoth roaming towards the middle lane. Pebbles actually thinks he finds some free food, but he's going to be completely collapsed on. 4 players come out of nowhere. Haxorn's going to be picked off. He chucks Fade off him at the last second, but it just does not matter. So big roam there. Again, a lot of resources invested into making that happen, but in the end, 4 collapse. And they drop Pebbles there in the middle lane, so good pick off. Deadwood now level 6 as well, so he's got that Falcon Punch ready to go, and already with the low armor on Pebbles, you get him caught in Rotten Grasp. Rotten Grasp, the Falcon Punch. Now he is sitting at 940 life with the power supply pickup early on. Wouldn't be a guaranteed kill, I don't think, by any means, but it'd be close. Get a little bit of good pressure on him. Top lane, look at this. Behemoth and Nymphora can start their roam a little bit. Scout is up here as well. Now, Keizu is level 6. So if he's able to get that ultimate off in time, might not be as effective here as they would like it to be. And actually, he's going to play very passive. He knew something was up. They don't have any vision, really, that gave him that information. That was just more so hindsight. I mean, spider senses were tingling right there. He knew that they were missing off the map, and maybe Scout was tending to play a little more aggressive than he was throughout the whole laning phase. Sure enough, gets away. So Keizu responds appropriately, and very good that he did, because that definitely would have been a kill onto him. BRB 3 minutes, probably a little frustrated by that, but they did attempt, and no doubt a team makeup that it's pretty insistent on. We are going to try to be very active against you earlier on, and in this case, it turns out, be very active against you and just get farm a Flensmeister, playing the Scout here against this Legion side, but Witchslayer, who was manned up against the trial lane going up against him, basically. He is already looking at 280 gold per minute, and he's level 6 on top of that. He's got his Steam Boots finished. So I think he's having just a fine start, especially for the circumstances. Warbeast actually in the jungle now with Parasite here. Gonna stack the camp. Parasite takes over one of the Wild Hunters. Another set of Wild Hunter spawns right there, so Parasite gonna have some nice minions to gank with. Gonna run into Fade over here. I don't know if he can kill him by himself. Maybe he can. The auto attack out of it. It's only a level 4 Fade. Yeah, he doesn't have any stat on him either. This could definitely be a kill, especially if Fade runs into Pebbles. Nope, he's gonna turn around. And actually, Moonmeander not going to go for it in the end. Either he figures there is support nearby, or You know, he did the math, I'm sure. Maybe I'm incorrect that he could have gotten the kill. I feel like it would have been really close. You got the 200, the 200 for that. So you got 400 right there, the couple of auto attacks on top of the 100 auto attack. It would have been really close. Yeah, probably would have barely survived, though. Yeah, probably the better decision to not open there in the end for Moomiander. So, coming up to 8 minutes now, and even Warbeast, yeah, 270 gold per minute. Again, he was more in that 1v1 matchup, so it's not too surprising to see him doing well. But that's even another thing that you have to keep in mind, is that with that Battlecry build assisting all the lanes. Pebbles in the meantime in the middle lane, though, he does get collapsed on. Fade comes in with Deadwood. I don't know what hit first, the Rotten Grass for the Burning Shadows, but they connect. And the Falcon Punch to eventually finish off Haxorin, so he has the 2 deaths so far on his side. He's found himself being collapsed on in both cases. That's just a good play coming out from BRB 3 minutes here. Deadwood, he is the top farm of the game now, 330 gold per minute. He's got his boots, Mystic Vestments, and a bottle here. So he still needs definitely some more farm before that portal key is going to be coming out in the near future. But unless he prioritizes it here, I don't think that's going to be the case, though. Probably going to upgrade his boots first. And then pick it up after. Fade is in trouble. Parasite coming in, but the Stalagmite's just out of range. Haxorin cannot land. He chucks Parasite away to help him get away from the Burning Shadows counter initiation. And that actually probably ended up saving him in the... I mean, that Burning Shadows might have connected. The port was coming in. I don't know who. Maybe it was Behemoth, but in the end, he does survive. Top tower push, though, coming in by the Hellborn team, and I don't think this is going to be stopped. Yeah, this should be a free tower kill. Flensmeister picks it up. And his farm now all of a sudden starting to shoot through the roof here. 380 gold per minute. Already picked up. He's got the Iron Shield and the Ghost Marchers. Another 1,200 gold saved up here for BRB 3 minutes.
The Legion takes down a Hellborn
tower. See the pressure, though. Good counter pressure coming out from Too Much Sugar, which their Empowermancer did a good job of taking advantage of that situation, realizing they're going to push top. They get resources up there. We'll do the same thing at the bottom lane. Pebbles avoids both stunts right there. The Burning Shadows and the Rotten Grasp. You had Scout and Behemoth coming in with the flank. They were looking to set up yet another kill onto Pebbles, but obviously not able to do so. Top lane, Warbeast getting back. Warbeast just finishing his Abyssal Skull right there, but he is in trouble now. Scout gonna open, Behemoth is here. Who's gonna stun first? There's a fissure stun. The Zeal stun sets up. Both sides hit. Is this still gonna be enough? It will be. He must have been just shy of mana for his Metamorphosis. I think he was. Yeah, because he definitely would have used it right there if that was the case, I would think. But in the end, gets collapsed. Good kill. The roam continues here by the Hellborn team. Again, that's exactly what BRB 3 minutes needs here. Apparently I said Scyther wrong. I don't know my Pokemon. Is it not Scyther? Come on, one of you two help me out. Is it not Scyther? They're just looking at me all blank stares. No clue what I'm talking about. Is it Scyther? Scyther? I guess it could be Scyther? I don't know. I don't know my Pokemon, I guess. What is Pebbles doing? Haxorin just kind of chilling here as him and his illusions. Moving all together. Doing some push-ups. Nope, chucks in one of his illusions right there. Scout continuing to pressure up this top line. Look at that, already 2,000 gold saved up, so maybe that Abyssal Skull going to be coming out here. Just to be a good follow-up item to those early Ghost Marchers for Scout. We'll see if he maybe tends to go more of the aggressive, more damage route, though. Something like a Brutalizer. Tends to be popular as well. We'll say Mystic Vestments could be pretty important here across the board on the Hellborn team especially. Hell for both sides. Mystic Vestments could be a decent pickup. I think more so for the Hellborn team, though. So I'd like to see that across the board. Right now you currently have Deadwood that has that, so. tmsR as a team. Assisting Pebbles. They're trying to prioritize that portal key on him ASAP. He's got 1,000 gold saved up. What's going on up here? A Scout runs into Warbeast, but did he block the spawn? I think he might have. Yeah, puts the electric eye down. I think he might have blocked the 12-minute spawn pull right there. Trying to double stack it, but Warbeast will just farm it in the end. what is left at least. And Scout will go back to the top. 2,300 gold now saved up by Flensmeister. So he is just pulling up plenty of gold here. As far as the Portal Q race, Deadwood's still leading that race so far. 1,500 gold now saved up. He's got Steam Boots and Bottle. Pebbles has the power supply, but Deadwood actually has the Mystic Vestments compared to him, so still come even trade there. Energizer just finished with Scout. That's definitely, you know, not surprising by any means. I do kind of wonder why he waited so long to get that picked up. And also on top of that, if you're going to go Energizer, it seems kind of silly to not even get some build-up assistance, but I felt like he didn't need it. And just gets the straight-up Energizer here. But again, a very sound pick. Abyssal Skull finished on Warbeast. So as far as the pace of this game right now, it's definitely, I think it's safe to say, just coming out of those portal keys, because I've been stressing between Pebbles and Deadwood so much, but look at Witch Slayer, man. Slicks on Witch Slayer, 2,000 gold saved up. In fact, when he finishes off these Ogres, there's 2,130. So he has 20 gold away now from finishing a portal key. Top lane, Warbeast in trouble. He is in a lot of trouble. Has Team Boots. Double damage Fate coming in, though. Are we going to see the initiation? Yes, we are. Double Infants coming in. The Burning Shadow. Scout opens as well. The Energizer going to be used. It's going to be enough. Marksman shot going to guarantee it. Keizu falls. Even if he ultied right there, he's probably going to die anyways. Again, I don't know if he had enough mana or not. The Cole probably burned his mana through. So, gets killed anyways. And great collapse. That double invis obviously helps. Big time. Dust is going to be important here on the Legion side. They do have a Rev Ward here on Moon Meander. But Portal Key is finished now on Witch Slayer. There's also picked up by Deadwood. And then you have Pebbles, again, getting close. So once we start seeing those Portal Keys across the board, going to be big. Nymphora's level 5 with that said. Obviously, that Deadwood Nymphora combination could be big. And Deadwood also level 10 on top of everything else. 2,500 gold on Slicks, man. He does not want to miss last hits. I mean, he could have easily picked up the Portal Key right here, but he's going to go back for it now. But just making sure to get every single last hit in that lane before he purchases the Portal Key. So there you go. Gets the Portal Key. He too is level 10. And they're going to look to jump Devil with it right away. In comes the Hex Initiation. Parasites here as well as everything's going to be used. Blazing Strike and Face Hug. Silver Bullet was saved. Good hold back by Slicks right there. They definitely didn't need it all. The 2 was necessary, but the 3rd would have just been absolute overkill. So good job doing the math there. And restraining himself. And did he even get the kill in the end anyways? Yeah, he got the kill anyways with the last auto attack. So gets the kill anyways. And great tower push in the meantime with the middle lane too. Coming out by Warbeast right there. So, tmsR, 45, I hear Nymphora. Where's Nymphora? Nymphora's coming down here. I'm sure it's with, no, not Deadwood, actually. Fade's going to be coming in, level 8. Looking for a quick kill, but not going to find it. And Nymphora's like, I'm getting out of here. Not going to stick around. She's going to be stunned. No. The Dragonfire stun just a little slow. You see them actually, they're going to be able to counter ward this ward aside that was just placed right there by Pyromancer. And Fade just gets the hell on out of there. So, I don't know if that was the plan all along, but that could have very likely just been the plan all along, just to simply get an aggressive ward of sight down, but the plan was foiled anyways. Got spotted out, and ward was denied. Behemoth, he hasn't been much of an impact, honestly, this game. I mean, he does have the 2 assists. I guess they only have the 2 kills in total, so, you know, he has 100% involvement when you look at it from that point of view, but I feel like, especially if you're going to be picking up that Behemoth hero, and you're going to be running that aggressive trial lane. The roam needs to be successful. The ganks need to continues to happen. And what am I saying? They have 4 kills, so he's been involved in 2 of the 4. I was looking at the Legion side for some reason. Anyways, now with him going back to Portal Key, I'm sure that too is what he's going to be working on here. They're going to try to get him some Ancient. See if he's going to Shockwave here. I wouldn't be surprised if he Shockwaves. Yeah, there's the Shockwave. And he gets a couple of them at least. Deadwood also, though. Maybe they're going to pick some. No, they're going to save it all for Behemoth here. So, his farm, yeah, he's going to be upwards of 15. Oh, one gets stolen by the Seal Stone. Not the biggest deal. Last one going to be taken out by Behemoth. So, he's upwards of 1,600 gold now all of a sudden. So, Behemoth is definitely getting there. Sacrificial Stone finished on Slicks as well. Great against heroes like Deadwood and Scout. Big pickup there. Speaking of Scout, 2,500 more gold saved up. So once again, pulling up all that gold. What is he going to be going for? Shrunken Head could be useful. Still think Mystic Vestments would be important here against this Legion side, but
The Legion
Feeling
takes
either
down a Hellborn
Shrunken Head or
tower.
Brutalizer. I think the Shrunken Head probably makes the more sense. I mean, you're going to be active. The fights are going to be happening here sooner than later. And you are slowly but surely starting to fall more and more behind in this game. So, but you know, the thing with the Shrunken Head though, it's if you get jumped, good luck getting the Shrunken Head off with all this lockdown here by the Legion side. So, I don't know. We'll see what Flensmeister goes for. Again, pulling up upwards of 3,000 gold now. Pebbles looking for a kill opportunity at the bottom lane, perhaps. Is it Scyther? Okay, 6-minute delay. Apparently it is Scyther. Oh, there we go. Pebbles jumps in, gets the easy kill on a fade. Good find by Haxman right there. He had a struggling start. I believe he started 0-2. Now he's 2-2. So good comeback. Nymphora reports Deadwood in here. So once again, going to go for another opportunity. There is a Ward of Rev right here that may spot him. No, they jump perfect Rotten Grasp on a Pebbles right there. He gets the Stalagmites off. It doesn't matter though. Nymphora immediately TPs. Nice job. Slicks could not get a Hex or Graveyard off in time. He portal keyed right on top of her, yet he couldn't get either off. Just simply not able to click. And Deadwood gets away as well. So great use of Nymphora right there. And keeping the Legion team guessing. As always, the stress, especially against a 4 and a fade. You just have to just keep that in mind as the opposition. Even if they're not getting so many kills, it's always in the back of your head, like, oh, let me not go into this dark spot because a fade could very likely be here, and a 4 could very likely be porting in. You just always have to keep that in your mind. Portal key now on Behemoth, so that is a big pickup here for BRB3. I keep seeing tmsR on him. He is part of the, I guess, kind of more of the 6th man as he's been in Han Tour, but playing for his own team here in BRB 3 minutes. Warbeast finishing off Ancients. Fade finds him, but not going to get a kill by himself by any means, so unless he has maybe an F4 TP, that's not up for 10 more seconds. Looks like Flensmeister does pick up the Mighty Blade, and again, that's probably going to turn into a Shrunken Head here. I don't think that's going to be the Brutalizer at this rate. But yeah, I mean, Shrunken Head, great pickup. It does just go back to, though, he needs to make sure that he can get that off going into the fights. Not get jumped, get that off going into the fights, because as soon as you start to get locked down against this Legion team, you will more than likely be bursted down before you can even use the Shrunken Head. So, just using it wisely, which I'm sure Flensmeister will do here. Speaking of Shrunken Heads, Mighty Blade picked up on Witchslayer, as well as Pebbles. Ooh, right there. Behemoth went in, thought they were going to catch Witchslayer. Portal key with the Fissure Stone, but not able to catch him. Obviously they're aware now, but Behemoth does have that portal key. Soulsborg being worked on Deadwood. We may think about TPing somewhere here. Parasite actually takes everyone the hell on. He sees them TPing. It's going to be the top lane. Warbeast knows he's in trouble. He's going to go to the forest right now. Scouts on top of him, though. Can they collapse? Scouts on top cannot do anything about it. He is going to pour out. Meanwhile, over here, we do have initiation. Deadwood going to be locked down. As Behemoth throws out the Fissure Stone, not going to matter, though. Deadwood falls. Nymphora got picked off immediately. So, they stopped the TP in the first place. I was looking at Warbeast expecting it to go through because it was just Parasite right there. But what am I saying? Parasite, he opens with the face hug. And sets up all that action right there. So, great response from tmsR. That just happened to be perfect timing with Moonmanor taking over one of the Hellhounds and using it to scout out. And sure enough, got a prime time right there. Prime situation to go into as they take out the bottom tower as well. So now we are looking at a 9,000 gold lead as well as experience lead in favor of tmsR here. Too much sugar. Again, this is just a one-game series. You win, you move on here in the SoundBlaster Heroes League qualifying tournament. If you lose, you'll have to sign up for next week's one to try to qualify again.
The Legion takes down a Hellborn tower.
Good credit for the tower kill, and the Shrunken Heads are going to start coming for the Legion side now. You see Warbeast just finishing him. Scout did finish his. So Flensmeister does have that to work with here. Bottom lane, bottom rune, 22 minutes. It's going to spawn. It's going to be your freshman rune here. What is the top rune? Invis rune, it looks like. Top lane, Fade again looking for an opening. Nymphora does TP in. The Creepway spots him though, which has plenty of information about Burning Shadows connects. Rotten Grasp is going to hit. The Falcon Punch comes out, and Slicks is going to fall. It wasn't the prettiest, but it got the job done right there. by the Hellborn team, so they do use that Fade and 4 combination power. Get the kill. Pebbles coming in Stalagmites. Oh, just shy of hitting Nymphora. Just a half a second late there. And Nymphora does get out of there, so way to cut their losses. Or way to actually maximize right there in terms of getting away before getting countered on. So solid pick on a Witch Slayer. You see Scout, another 1,000 gold saved up on him. He is also level 14 here. Bound Eye on Pebbles. Great against this Hellborn team, of course. Another Hellhound taken over by Moon Meander here, scouting things out. This is a great synergy of this team. Parasite and Warbeast able to take out his teammate's minion. Of course, it does have the invis at this level. 4-man Ancients. If they can collapse on this, it's going to be 5 eventually. They're doing Ancients as 5, basically. Parasite is going to come in right here. He's going to open onto Behemoth. Moon Meander to not do the math, though. Witcher comes in. He will get the counter kill on a Fade. Behemoth, no trouble. Comes in with a Shockwave. The Fidget shot not going to connect, though. He got stunned. He got chucked just before he falls. Witcher trying to stay alive. They do get the counter kill right there on a Deadwood, and Scout and Nymphora now on the run. They did pick off Witcher, it looks like. So it ends up being a 2-for-2. No buyback from Fade, so he died as well. But he comes back, opens on the Pebbles right there. Pebbles with the chuck. Scout putting an auto attack. So Pyromancer misses the Phoenix Wave. Bitsky missed the Phoenix Wave. It's not going to matter though. They take out Fade. Double tap for Haxerin. And now Scout is just going to run away. I must say, both sides had some pretty well meh plays right there. But in the end, Too Much Sugar looking pretty strong because not only, if anything, that was maybe just an even back and forth. It was won by tmsR actually. I mean, the buyback on Fade, the fact that she died again. But on top of that, all Warbeast is actually pushing the top lane. And you see how much damage he's able to do to the base tower right there. So, great plays coming out from Too Much Sugar. And able to capitalize even more. 12.7 thousand goldie now, 10,000 experience lead. Pyromancer trying to help finish off the Ancients here. Scout is nearby, but all they can do is just watch for now. He's going to open. Yep, Pyromancer's dead. They did get the 1 kill, but Scout's going to clean up the rest, so that was kind of a... It was already a risky spot to be in, and now Scout's actually coming out. He is spotted by this Rev Ward, though, so Parasite knows what's coming. He's actually going to fall back before he gets caught by anything right there, so Fissure Stun and Rotten Grass both missing. Speaking of Invis, more over here. Fade actually gets ported in by Nymphora, it looks like, and they're trying to find something here. That's something. Going to be Witch Slayer. Slicks again going to be picked off, so the very gotcha heavy team here on BRB 3 minutes. It's making that happen at least. Still an overall lead, no doubt, for the Legion side, but it continues to be that threat there that Too Much Sugar has to continue to worry about. Parasite again! Parasite's loving keeping them distracted, making some very ballsy decisions here as Moon Meander, but in the end he gets away. Codex is level 1, by the way. On top of the Ring of Sorcery and Ghost Marchers here. Look at the GPM charts. Flinsmiser is still actually above it all. It's close, but he's at 425 gold per minute. You got Warbeast to Witch Slayer and Pebbles, though. Coming up close, upwards of 400 gold per minute themselves. Scout killing more Ancients, but again, the Legion team, tmsR really find themselves active at these Hellborn Ancients. I guess both teams are. Doing the Ancients over here. Scout's going to fall back, though, before finishing off the last Crusher. Scout is level 16, 2,700 more gold saved up. Falling back to base here, is he going to go something like that Brutalizer next? We will see. I think it's safe to say they need him to get that damage start going. So Congo is going to be attempted by Too Much Sugar. Doing what they can of it at least, and I don't know if the Hellborn team's actually going to respond. I mean, Fade's kind of running around. I don't know if he's just looking for I don't think they know. I mean, there's no vision here. Yeah, and if they do know, I mean, they're I don't know if giving it up is even the best choice either. This is a team that, especially with the Behemoth, and I don't know, yeah, it is tough.
Condor goes down.
But you're giving up now a token of life to, who got a Witch Slayer? Nobody? Nobody? Okay. Pebbles gonna pick it up, okay. So you got a token of life now on Pebbles. So it's gonna help him. In terms of pushing with his team right here. It's having some fun. BRB 3 minutes. It's going to be a tough hold. There's some quick blades purchased by Scout. So he gets that. He still has plenty for a buyback. Initiation happens, actually. Deadwood jumps in, trying to kill Warbeast, but he didn't have the best follow-up, it looks like. Deadwood falls, and he doesn't have a buyback. So not the best decision right there. I apologize. I mean, I wasn't following right off the bat, so... But clearly, he thought that the follow-up was going to be a little better. I mean, he wasn't going to get that kill himself. Especially with the support nearby for tmsR. For whatever reason, though, the follow-up just wasn't there, whether that was just miscommunication or what, but Deadwood's now dead for 30 seconds. You have a tower kill that's going to be easy. Pebbles in the front lines again. He has a token of life not to do good. He jumps Behemoth first. Behemoth dropping quickly. Behemoth will fall. Scout opens on the Pebbles. Oh, Pebbles is going to fall right here. Comes right back up with the token of life, though. Initiation on a fade. Fake and blazing strikes down. Scout's now on the run. He does have buyback. He's going to survive, though.
The Legion takes down a Hellborn
But this tower easily going to fall. And now the Rax is going to be next in line here. And the Hellborn team will just have to give that up in the end. So, Rax are destroyed in favor of Too Much Sugar. Probably going to fall back from here. Behemoth up in another 15 seconds. He still has his ultimate. And Fade up in about 15 as well. They're going to go for the middle tower, it looks like. Want to try to get as much as possible here. If they do stick around a little too long, though, it could backfire. So, they need to be careful about that. Hellhounds come out. Red hands glowing. They're going back in. Behemoth is up. He has his ultimate. Rotten Grasp on a Warbeast. There's the initiation. Shockwave going to go on. The finish down to fall. Zealson not going to connect the Sugarnet from Warbeast. The turnaround on Behemoth. He'll end up falling his hex on a Scout right there. And Scout also gets comboed. So tmsR, they played it appropriately. They were ready for that initiation. That's why they stuck around. And they have the best of that exchange right there. So in the end, they get the tower kill. They take out Behemoth. Another buyback used on Scout, that right there. Or his first, but another team buyback. So the big picture, tmsR looking really good now. After all that. After all that happens. And some bigger and better items going to be coming out now. For Too Much Sugar as well as next tier. And Sanitarius actually on a Warbeast. Not a pickup we see too often. Kind of wonder if that's a little bit of a feeling confident kind of build here, or if it's maybe trying something a little different. Not to say it's a bad pickup. I mean, the Sanitarius on any strength hero, that's tends to be actually a pretty good choice. Definitely not the routine route, though. And in 4 reports in both Deadwood and Fade here, obviously level 11. Not able to catch anyone, though, once again. Try to catch them maybe doing the Ancients. As you can see, that's not the case, though. Plate Mail on Pebbles. He actually got a Shaman's Headdress finish as well, so... Haxra not really looking to continue to assist with the damage output. They got plenty of that from Warbeast, and just Burst in general on their team. It's going to be more of that utility support, if anything. Scout actually took a lot of damage right there from Parasite, but not enough for the kill. Scout just have that level 4 Codex. But Parasite does get the shrunken head off and run away just before. Again, he's still sitting on those quick blades. He bought back that last fight. I don't think it's going to be a Firebrand Geometer's Bane. I mean, Null Fire is always could be good, great too. I'm kind of sitting here looking through the Legion teams. I think obvious on himself. Like, yes, Null Fire could be good here too, but... Here we go, some more initiation though. Deadwood counters onto Pebbles. The jump at the front cut though from Witcher. Big burst on a Behemoth right off the bat. Fade comes in with the Burning Shadows though. The Silver Bullet used on him though. Fade will fall. Scout runs back in, trying to make anything happen. Throws at the silence, but he will fall. Double tap for Haxerin. Scout does have his, no, he already bopped, no, he just buys back right there, so. There you go with this final buyback. Down goes the range Rax. Melee Rax actually going to fall second. Two sets of Rax are dead. Too Much Sugar just having fun now. Pebbles jumps in, Graveyard to follow. Down goes the force, Scout goes down. Behemoth gets a big shockwave off, but it's only level 1, and at that point it just wasn't going to matter. So GG, well played, is being called here. And game 1 in a series as a result. Is going to go to Too Much Sugar in the end. So Too Much Sugar takes out BRB 3 minutes. And that means they are moving on here. moving on here in the round of 8. So congratulations to Too Much Sugar. Moving on to the round of 8. Once again, just pull the brackets up right here. You see, they're going to face the winner of Fade to Black versus Team Kage. That's fun. Because for one main reason, if anything, Fade to Black, that is Team USA. So we have a rematch tomorrow of Team USA versus Too Much Sugar. If Fade to Black obviously beats Team Kage, depending on how that plays out and everything, but that'll be a round of 8 matchup. So that's going to be a great one. You see, again, possible matchups all across the board in the round of 8. I mean, we just got great matchups all around. So this tournament is definitely going to continue to pick up here when it's all said and done. So congratulations one more time to Too Much Sugar. So they move on here in this qualifier. Once again, though, this is one of 4 qualifiers here for the North American European region. So you lose here for BRB 3 minutes. They'll still have 3 more chances in total to try to qualify for this group stages. Of course, 8 teams in total are going to be qualifying from the NAEU region. So there will be a good amount of spots. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a team like BRB 3 minutes. I mean, with definitely some big names there. Flensmeister especially. We'll see where he ends up eventually, as far as him being a big name player. But that is how that match will end. So let me actually see real quickly. No, it looks like all the matches even might be over. I was gonna say about maybe jumping into another one, but checking on the friends list, it seems like results are already in. So okay, I do have some updates actually. It looks like Internet Gangsters won, Team Excellent won, Fade to Black did win over Team Kage, so they're gonna be playing Too Much Sugar. They're set to play Too Much Sugar tomorrow in the round of 8. You got Lions and What a Joke advancing on. What a Joke actually. Either defeating or Justice League might have even forfeited, according to the brackets. I'm not sure if that's official or not, but it's going to be What a Joke versus Lions. And then the other matches, I think they might have actually got rescheduled. I'm not sure on those ones. But that's how things are starting to shape up. Anyways, as far as all that information, you can actually find that at, where can you find that? Sivo.com/events. You go to the SoundBlaster Heroes League, so sivo.com/events. It's on the competitive section as well as a link to it. So SoundBlaster Heroes League 2, definitely, again, this is just the beginning of what's going to be a $20,000 prize pool tournament. So